what is the problem with the current issue with plastics and other non-recyclable, non-compostable materials that we currently have?
Sure. What we're seeing today is it's estimated that by 2025 there'll be more plastics in the ocean than fish. Actually, by 2050, sorry about that. And we're seeing that really uniquely as an issue rise across the world. We see in countries like Indonesia, we see in countries in other developing countries where there's more plastics on the beach than there are right across the board in fish, sand, whatever have you. So we see a really need for a new alternative solution to the packaging.
At Anaheim Convention Center at the Natural Products Expo West is bananas here. And we have so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of exhibitors, from supplements to different types of food products to snacks. It's a trade show, and it combines culinary partners, many different food industry leaders, from manufacturing to processing to retail to vendors to grocery markets. My job is to cover the event and also just kind of ask different types of exhibitors on what's on the up and up. You know, what are the current trends? Organic foods, what's going on with plant-based movements, what's going on with social impact, what's going on with climate initiatives, and see if we are pushing the envelope and if we're making a difference. So join me as I interview some of these exhibitors, and let's go have some fun. So my name is Dr. Colin Zhu. Pleasure meeting you. I'm host of Thrive Eyes podcast, a health and wellness podcast, and we are here at the Natural Expo West. Thank you so much for being on the show. Can you introduce yourself and who you represent and what you guys do?
Sure. My name's Ian Lifshitz. I'm Vice President of Sustainability for a company called Pulp Paper. We work on sustainable food packaging, where what we've tried to do is really create a sustainable option for hot, cold liquids, takeaway food, quick serve restaurants, right across the board, where we're seeing high demand for sustainable options. So whether it's with food packaging, flexible packaging, we're seeing people wanting plastic-free solutions in the marketplace. We're seeing this being driven by three major factors. The first one, we're seeing consumers having a lot more awareness these days on the crisis within the oceans, plastics in the oceans, and wanting to make an environmental change, especially when it comes to millennials who have insight into that area as well and more experience. We're seeing retail brands making sustainable commitments within their sourcing policies to eliminate plastics, to eliminate PFAS. We're also seeing governments introducing new legislation to reduce and eliminate plastics within supply chain. So it's up to companies like us to come up with a sustainable solution for these packaging solutions. So what we've been able to create is a paper-based solution. For example, this is our cups. We do trays and other products where we've eliminated the plastic lining, created our own lining, our own proprietary lining that makes this sustainable, compostable, and recyclable, and really meets the new legislation standards across the United States.
Awesome. And it's very much needed. So can you just give a little bit of insight for those that are not paying as much mind to this issue that we're having? What is the problem with the current issue with plastics and other non-recyclable, non-compostable materials that we currently have?
Sure. What we're seeing today is it's estimated that by 2025 there'll be more plastics in the ocean than fish. Actually, by 2050, sorry about that. And we're seeing that really uniquely as an issue rise across the world. We see in countries like Indonesia, we see in countries in other developing countries where there's more plastics on the beach than there are right across the board in fish, sand, whatever have you. So we see a really need for a new alternative solution to the packaging. We're seeing packaging not going away. People think paper industry is dying. What we're seeing is a shift in the paper industry more towards packaging. And why is that? Because we're seeing the increase in takeaway food. We're seeing the increase in higher incomes. We're seeing people wanting to eat more at home. COVID was a big driver of that, where people were looking for the restaurant experience at home. So quality is becoming very important with takeaway food services. So they want a solution that's sustainable, but also delivers true quality, can keep your French fries fresh, but also can compost and biodegrade. So that led to the development of our product called Food Pack as well.
Yeah, I've seen issues with microplastics being at the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, and also microplastics in living organisms now. So it is a growing issue, especially in health and wellness in the industry that we're working with, and long-term health. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't have this kind of time of data and time to really measure this. What are the states and federal regulations now, and what are we what kind of trends and what are we anticipating for the future?
Sure. Well, so right now we're seeing in the U.S. Well, I'm from Toronto, Canada, where we see a new legislation, complete plastic bans, whether it's on takeaway food containers, straws, or even plastic bags from the grocery stores. We're seeing that starting to be adopted around the world right now. If you look at the United States, California is leading the charge on plastic-free legislation. We're seeing states like Massachusetts, as well as New York State implementing similar bans as well too. So we're seeing this as a shift in the marketplace. Historically, what we're seeing in the U.S. is state by state, but it's definitely a trend moving away from plastics. And I think that's a global trend. We're seeing it in Mexico right now. We're seeing it across Europe as well too. We're seeing the need to remove PFAS, which is the microplastics in the market, and we're seeing that finding in fish in the oceans, and that's why solutions like this are really required in the marketplace today.
Yeah, definitely. Can you give the audience what kind of products are you guys having right now?
Sure. So for us, we've developed a series of products. We call it our food packaging, our food pack solutions, which is a plastic-free food-grade solution for sustainable options when it comes to trays, takeaway food containers, hot, cold. What we've discovered is we can actually use this. Our plastic-free solution can go in the microwave, it can go in toaster oven, it can go in the freezer. We've been actually baking muffins in our toaster oven directly in this plastic-free sustainable solutions, where you can just eat it right away. If you don't want to put it in the freezer, put it in the fridge and take it away from there.
How is it possible that you can microwave it? Like, what about it makes it that it's safer in the microwave? Because obviously microwave and convection ovens are a huge convenience for people.
Well, what we've done is by eliminating the plastics, we make it fully microwavable and fully ovenable as well too. It's certified as well to meet those standards also.
Awesome. And tell me about these straws. I love, obviously the eco-friendly paper straws, but, they break down after like 3 minutes. So what makes yours different?
So again, that plastic straws are based on our own food packaging solutions and our own coatings within that, which is a water-based coating. So it really is a unique system versus a plastic coating. And we've at least tested those for about 8 hours, and they actually hold its consistency for 8 hours. So no longer do you need to go to a movie and lose your straw. You can at least, unless it's a really long movie, you put it for a while. So
yeah. You're probably watching like a whole Marvel marathon. So. Yeah. All right, so thank you so much. Wish you much success, because we really need this in the industry, because we need to have more sustainable options. And, I'm glad that, you guys are doing this. And, just for the reminder, you're doing business to business and not direct to consumers?
Correct. We are correct. We do business to business. We work with brands, retail brands, consumer brands. We also work with paper distributors and converters as well, too, to bring this product to market.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.